Hello everyone, welcome to another grading, submission, and unboxing video. This time we had a group of coins that we sent to ANACS for grading. It was a few tokens and medals and a few varieties that we wanted to get attributed. We often send coins to ANACS instead of NGC or PCGS when the coins aren't quite as high a value, and maybe not, or maybe we want to get varieties attributed a little cheaper than those other companies charge. Again, the ANACS submission fees are quite a bit less than PCGS and NGC, so we like to take advantage of that, and we're happy with the job ANACS does for us for the most part. So here's the box. Let's get into it and see what we submitted and how they came back. Again, I did not do a video of the coins before sending them into ANACS this time around, so we're going to get to see everything here for the first time in the holders, and we're going to see how we did. Again, in opening up this box, they don't give us like there's no ANACS plastic boxes like you get for PCGS in your orders, or that you can purchase separately from NGC. They send things in a cardboard box, and it looks like they're in here pretty good. You're not hearing audio of me cutting any of this right now, because when I filmed this the first time, I had an audio issue, so now I'm having to play back the video and redo the audio here. So actually reading this aloud and doing all this with you guys for the second time, and I'm trying to follow along here as we watch back this video, but sorry about that. Had a little bit of an audio issue, but there's a submission form they give us, and the other thing I pulled away real quick there was a copy of our invoice that shows the coins and what we were charged and what we had for insurance on each of them. But they do a box inside of a box for shipping. So here is the smaller box right there, and I'm going to have to get into that and see what we did for our submission. Again, ANACS does a really good job. We dropped these coins off at the Long Beach Coin Expo in September, and they got back to us, I think a couple months later. So I've had this sitting for a little bit before doing this video, and let's see what we get. Inside the box here, they gave us a little bit more advertising. If we wanted to subscribe to Coin World magazine, they have an exclusive subscription offer for ANACS customers. Very nice. Looks like it's for digital subscriptions. I'm sure if you wanted to subscribe to Coin World and get a print subscription instead, you could go ahead and contact them and do so. But let's see what we got and how they came back. First coin into submission was an 1859 Dan Carr Flying Eagle cent, overstruck on a USA 1857 to 1858 Flying Eagle cent. We all know Flying Eagle cents were struck by the U.S. Mint from 1856 to 1858 only. This is an 1859 done by Dan Carr of the Moonlight Mint. Dan Carr has his own Denver Mint surplus press that he restored. He makes his own dies, overstrikes coins on real U.S. coins, so that still is a real Flying Eagle cent, the same purity, weight, composition, and everything. It's just been overstruck with a new fresh die, so it looks brand spanking new. But it is a genuine Flying Eagle cent, just altered surfaces. If you're not familiar with Dan Carr and the Moonlight Mint, I did a video live stream on Dan Carr and the Moonlight Mint a while back. I suggest you guys check that out. I'll have a link to that information on Dan Carr and the Moonlight Mint up there in the corner. I'm pointing right there where you should be able to see that link popping up right about now. I suggest you guys check that out. Tons of cool tokens and medals that he's done. He does medals for coin clubs and special events and special commemoratives. All kinds of amazing pieces. Definitely check out that video and you'll get more information on Dan Carr and the Moonlight Mint. But this is a cool piece we sent in for one of our friends. He bought this, asked us to send it in for him. Came back MS69. Awesome. Next up is another Dan Carr piece. This is a 1964 Denver Morgan silver dollar with clashed and canceled dies. So again, this is an overstrike he does. He made his own dies, puts them in his press, and it overstrikes on a genuine Morgan silver dollar. Now, when he made these, he then clash the dies, which means strikes the dies together with no coin between, which leaves impressions of each side on the opposite dies. So you can see there the wreath kind of outline in the background of the fields. And then when he's done using them, he strike cancels the dies by putting a big X into the die, which then he struck more coins after that, which has that X raised up on the surface of these coins. Did those kind of for fun and just to have another variety of his 1964 Morgan dollars that he made. And that one came back MS69. Really cool piece. And here we're showing a close-up so you can see that clashing in the fields. You can see the outline of Liberty on the obverse kind of poking through the fields on the reverse. And if we flip it over, you'll see the outline of the wreath and some of the lettering from the reverse poking through on the obverse of the coin because of the clash dies. And of course, you see that raised up X in the middle from the die cancel. Just a really neat piece. Fun token that Dan Carr did. Again, check out the video on Dan Carr and the Moonlight Mint if you haven't done so already. And if you want to see some really cool stuff that he puts together. Very neat piece. The clashed and canceled die is definitely a popular one, and it's great that we get that certified back at MS69. Next up, here's an 1860 token, F.B. Smith and Hartman. It's cataloged in the Miller Guide, New York 818, and this one's a brass. An awesome high relief Native American design. United States of America, 1860. And on the reverse, once I flip it the correct direction, F.B. Smith & Hartman, metal and general die sinking and engraving from New York City. This was a piece I got from another coin dealer out of my coin club a while back. He had seen that I had one of these on my website, came in to him. One of these came in uncertified to him, and he offered it to me. So I'm like, yeah, I'll take that. Those are real popular. Once people see that high relief detailed Native American, which we're going to show in a close-up right here, people like this one. People like this one, and it's just a really neat piece. Really neat Civil War era merchant store card. And tons of great detail. This one here, it's a little bit spotty in the fields. Not a perfect coin, but for 1860, it's got the luster, it's got the flash, tons of original detail. Really happy to get back an MS65 grade on this one. Not upset about that at all. And there's the information. I wonder what's at 122 Fulton Street right now in New York. That'd be interesting to figure out, but there it is. Look at the detail on that. Beautiful piece. And yeah, I shouldn't have any trouble selling that when I get around to doing that. Always a popular one, and MS65, that's awesome. Next up, we submitted this one. We did a video of this one a while back. It was just uncertified, and I decided to finally send it in for grading. And this is the 1910 Brian Boru aluminum so-called dollar, cataloged as HK392. Really awesome design. I'm happy it came back mint state. MS60 is about the worst you can get for mint state grade, but it did get a straight grade MS60, so we're happy with that. Would have been nice to get like an MS62 or 63, but it's really tough to grade aluminum metals. But so there it is. It's the Brian Boru crown. Lots of cool detail on this. High relief. The mintage of these is very low too. I believe only 225 of these were made. So to have one of these and to have a mint state example, not mad at it. Not mad at that at all. Awesome piece. And glad to have that in a holder. If you're not familiar with so-called dollars, there's a book on those, Hibbler and Kappen. They did it in around 1960 or so. They cataloged all of the dollar-sized tokens and metals that were out there, or what they wanted to catalog there. And lots of cool pieces. Some of them done by the U.S. Mint as well. The last 6 coins here in the submission are coins from a prior video that we did. At the end of 2020, we did a live stream going through Kennedy half dollars, some BU rolls, and out of those coins, we went through several BU rolls of Kennedy half dollars, and we cherry-picked 6 double die obverse variety coins. And I had those sitting aside from that stream in flips for quite a while, and decided, hey, we're putting this ANACS coin submission. Let's go ahead and send those in for grading. And this first one came back attributed FS102 with the DD07. I guess there's two different cataloging numbers on that, but FS102s from the Cherry Picker's Guide came back MS60 details with counting wheel damage. And in looking at the coin, I think that's pretty strict grading there. Yeah, there's a few hits and marks. I mean, it's got tons of mint state luster. It should be a 64 or a 65 in my opinion. I'm going to show it under the scope to see if we see anything that looks like counting wheel damage. There's a couple scratches there on the neck of Kennedy. There's a couple marks there near the L of Liberty. But to call that counting wheel damage, where you'd expect like a big arc cut into the coin somewhere, I don't know. I don't love that. I mean, on the reverse there, you got some hits there under the UN and the Stars United. You got some marks on the high points of the shield. Yeah, maybe it shouldn't be an MS66. Maybe not even an MS65, but counting wheel damage? If you guys are seeing counting wheel damage, maybe I'm missing it. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. But I think that was a pretty harsh result, MS60 details on this first one. I mean, I guess the marks on the neck of Kennedy are the ones that stand out the most to me, but to call that damage, not so much. And I'm pointing to the upper corner there. I'm going to put the link to that live stream from last year where we found these, if you want to go check out us cherry picking these, and you'll get to see some close-up, you know, zooming in on the microscope of the double die obverse variety. Well, let's hope the rest of these came back a lot better. The next one came back MS66 condition, again attributed as the FS102. MS66 is a real strong number on this coin. Well, it's a strong number on any 1964 Kennedy half, not to mention the FS102 double die obverse. And just to compare with the last coin, we're going to take a look at this under the scope. And yeah, it's just a little bit brighter, flashier, less marks and hits. There's still hits and marks on it. You can see some there right after the 4 of the date. Some marks scattered across Kennedy's face there. Let's take a look at the reverse. I mean, the reverse looks really clean, though. But MS66 condition, that's a strong result. And really pleased to have that one. Really pleased to have that one back. So we got one bad and one amazing. Next up is an MS65. FS102. Again, real shiny, flashy. It was fun going through those rolls in the live stream. Lots of beautiful BU coins. Here's another one, MS66. Great result. Really happy that it's just fun to go through BU rolls that we got from a customer and go through them on a stream, put them in flips, and they're still in, you know, MS65, 66 condition. Here's another MS65 that came back. Just beautiful examples. FS102 attributed correctly again. The customer we got these from during that submission, I think we talked about, he had put these away from the bank, you know, but he got them back in the mid-60s and had them saved ever since. This last one came back MS64. I'm going to show it under the scope just to compare, since we had showed that MS66. This one you can see has a few more hits and marks. Again, under the We of Trust. And you can see the doubling. Strong as day there in the We and Trust. Just massive doubling there. These are a fun one to cherry pick. If you're looking at 1964 Kennedys. There's a couple marks, more marks in the face and in the hair there too. Some more hits on the top of high points of the shield. So you can see there is a difference between the MS66 we showed and the MS64. Again, we're really happy with our ANACS grading that we usually send in. We think that they grade things very fairly and pretty conservatively. They don't just give high grades unless they're deserved. So there it is. That's the submission. Again, they also have some paperwork there. When we send in the Dan Carr Moonlight Mint pieces, we send them in the original flips that we get from Dan Carr, just so that ANACS knows exactly what it is. We're not trying to pass anything off as like an original US Mint product, and also to ensure that they attribute things correctly. So then they return that packaging for us, as they did right there. So we got the coins there, the 6 coins from our Kennedy half variety hunt. MS60 details and MS64, two 65s and a 66. Really nice results. Happy with that. We also got back the two Dan Carr Moonlight Mint pieces, the 1859 Flying Eagle Overstrike, the 1964 Clashed and Canceled Morgan Dollar Overstrike, each coming back MS69. And you can see the special Moonlight Mint labels that they use. Has the moon design and the picture of his press. And then we got back the two medals, the 1860 Smith & Hartman in MS65. That's a really great result. And the Brian Boru aluminum dollar in MS60. Really good to get mint state on that, actually. Again, very low mintage. Would have been nicer to get an MS62 or 63, but we got it. On that 64 Kennedy double die FS102, I'm bringing up the coin facts page from PCGS just to show you guys some information on that. Now, this is the PCGS price guide. They're showing MS64s worth about 48 bucks, MS65s worth about 90 in the price guide, and 66s worth 300. You can see the 65s, the price guide's at 90. Right below that, they have the PCGS and NGC recent auction results. Looking at those, I guess an MS65 of this variety looks to be worth somewhere between $75 and $125, just ballparking it. So that's nice to get two of them in that grade. MS66s they value at $300. There's only two auction results. Most recently, an auction result at $372. Awesome to get two of them back in MS66 condition. And what we can do here while we're on the PCGS Coin Facts page is take a look at some of these high-res photos that they've done of coins graded at PCGS. And probably not this picture. We'll go back to the other one just because we can make it larger easier. We can pull this up. You go to the top corner there and download the full-size max resolution image. And then you can just click right where you want to look and zoom in. And you'll be able to see strong doubling. You can see some split serifs in the upper part of the W of we. You can see doubling at the bottom of the R. It's real strong doubling in the U of trust. Extra thickness in the S and T. You can see some split serifs on the 4, the top of the 6. Even into the 9 of the date, there's some split. And I think even on the Y of Liberty. It's a real easy one to cherry pick. They're out there if you look for them. And that's one I suggest you look for because as we just saw in the PCGS price guide, there's some value here. Definitely more value than just a generic mint state Kennedy half dollar. So there it is. That is our submission from ANACS. Some great results, some there not so great with the counting wheel damage. I don't know if I agree with that one still. That one's a little tough to swallow. Not sure about that. But we did get some other great results. The two MS66 varieties. We got our Dan Carr pieces certified. Pretty happy about all that. We do have more orders in at PCGS right now, so we hope to be doing some more unboxing videos soon. Please make sure you're subscribed to my channel so stay tuned to see those. I want to thank you all for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video and you enjoy all of our other videos. If you have any questions or comments about these submissions or any of the coins in the submissions, please let me know in the comments below or send me an email and I'll take a look. Thank you very much for your support and remember to keep having fun with this great hobby of coin collecting.